In one of my past video, how to go about life, I said something like, decide what you want life to look like, but I didn't give much of a guidance on how to actually do that. So today I want to give you a rational way to decide on what we want to aim in our life. And I will share what I personally find important, hoping it will help you out too. One phrase I repeat often in my head is how to best live now without compromising the future. So I'm going to repeat that. How to best live now without compromising the future. Here's the truth. We don't want to push life off and say, I will wait until retirement to live. Because what if I die anyway? What if I die any month? So all those sacrifices and waiting will go to waste. So, but at the same time, we don't want to live recklessly, spending money that we don't have, destroying our health, or acting as we were invincible. So the real challenge is how to rebalance both. Here's how do I see it. So we need to hold two opposite ideas, two opposite lenses in our mind at once. The possibility that we could die tomorrow, the lens will push us to live now because tomorrow isn't promised. The possibility that we live until 100 years old. This lens will remind us to keep prepared for the long game. As we filter our action through those both lenses, it will help us to choose what should matter. For me, after doing this exercise myself, I find myself aiming at those things. I aim to spend on experiences, to create memories, like travel somewhere new, try activities that intrigue me, treat myself to moments that make me feel alive. I find myself aiming to cherish relationship, to be really present when I'm spending time with family or friends, because I don't know if any of those moments we share might be the last. I find myself aiming to learn something I'm curious about. One thing I realized as an adult, many of us stop learning once school ends. Why? My guess is school make us hold a bad definition of learning because it tied to learning to an obligation, like grades, approvals, deadlines. It makes us fear mistakes since failure was punished by any sense. It disconnected from curiosity since most of the subject we learned we didn't really even care about. So it makes sense when we think of learning, we think of it as a chore, but it doesn't have to be that. We can change this definition in our head. Learn by curiosity, learn skill that we actually want to use, and learn through doing, experimenting, and making mistakes that teach us instead of being punished. I also find myself aiming to maintain a healthy lifestyle because this is the foundation. If we were to live like to 75, 85, having a strong, healthy body now means we will enjoy those years instead of spending them at the hospital. Yes, we all know someone never work out a day in their life and still age well. But is that really the bet we want to take with our own life? So I find myself aiming to have goals that excite me. So the future should pull us forward, not weigh us down. That doesn't mean our goal needs to be massive. It could be simple as saving and planning for our next trip. So what matters is that our goals give us energy. They make us want to wake up tomorrow and move forward toward them. Having both lenses together, I found out we need to live like time is short, but also prepare if we were here for the long one. That balance is the difficult part, but it also what it makes life rich. We need urgency, we need patience. All together, I think it would give us a life with fewer regrets and more fulfillment. At the end, the best life is one where we feel alive and the future looks exciting. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. and see you in the next one.